Hello, it's great to be here. It's coming to you from the Adobe building here in Utah. I thought I would be with you live in Vegas, and then I thought I'd be with you from my living room, and then we realized that this beautiful building down the street that was pretty empty, and so we were able to take advantage and film this session from here. But I look forward to being with you in Vegas next year, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm Brandon Pulsipher. I'm with Adobe, and I'm excited to share about the Adobe Experience Cloud journey around DevOps today. So again, happy to share a little bit about our DevOps journey and hopefully some things that are helpful to you. Thought I'd give you a little context on my background. I studied computer science. I've been a QA engineer, a software developer. I've been an IT sysadmin, a network administrator, and so really I've spent the last 25 years watching this hybrid of IT and operations and software development come together. And so this has been really exciting for me, and especially over the last few years, to see the fusion of these worlds come together is just really exciting. And it's been a lot of fun, and it's been really amazing to see how that can impact the experience for our employees, our customers, and everyone around us. So excited to share that with you today. I've spent the last 10 years with Adobe leading our technical operations, which is our sort of cloud operations and infrastructure organization. And we've now transformed ourselves into a cloud engineering organization. So you can see even in the way that we name things and think about things, it changes the way that we act and behave every day. I wanted to first just take a minute and share a little bit of context with you. So most people are familiar with Adobe and our long history in the Creative Cloud space, in the creative space. You're probably well familiar with Photoshop and Illustrator and these products that have become verbs in our life and help create the beautiful content around me. The Document Cloud is something most people know, and especially through this COVID time, as people are doing even more online and more digital and doing more digital signatures, is a really fundamental part of our business. I'm going to share today with you a little about our Adobe Experience Cloud. This is what started about 10, 11 years ago in Adobe's entry into digital marketing and has really evolved into an exciting space around customer experience management and the ability to personalize and create a unique and personal experience for every consumer in every engagement. And the awesome thing is it's built entirely in the cloud. So I think as I share a little bit of that journey, just to ground you, and frankly, some of our challenges and aspects that really led us here. If I look back at, first of all, our sort of software engineering and our operations teams, these have grown both organically. We've built and developed new products internally, but we've also made more than a dozen acquisitions. And so we have a variety of cultures, of geographies, of maturities, of companies that are very early startups, that are mature startups, that are public companies. And so we've really had to bring together this very diverse set of cultures and practices into our organization. And not just that, but as we've gone throughout there, as we've been making that transformation, we've also been on this incredible growth journey. And we now process more than 1 trillion customer-facing transactions per day. That's not sort of back-end database queries and things like that. This is really customer valuable, customer-facing transactions per day. And so dealing with these two things at the same time has created some really fun but unique challenges. And I'm excited to share with you our journey around that. So a lot of times we look at our products, or our consumer, our customer looks at our offering as this sort of single box or single entity. And this is the way our Experience Cloud solution often shows up to our customers. They love the vision. They want to accelerate their digital transformation, especially in COVID times when we've all had to move to doing more and more things online. And this is where we start. But if we know much about what's behind the scenes, it's never this simple. And what looks like a simple app is actually a very complex set of technologies and services that have to work together, and some are very large and some are very small, and they're globally distributed. And this is a little bit of a view into our landscape and all the services that make up our Experience Cloud offering. And if we go even a little further down into the way this is built and the way this works, I think this is more and more common, certainly in a cloud-enabled environment and a cloud-enabled space. We map out all the dependencies, and we map out the way everything has to interconnect and interoperate with each other. And this creates just a massive amount of complexity and really makes our DevOps challenge even harder. So not just do we have this complexity of all these services that have to interoperate together, they're globally distributed. And they're distributed across data centers and colos and public cloud environments. And this is a bit of insight into our globally distributed footprint. So we have a massive footprint with massive scale and massive complexity. And that really sets up the challenge that we had. So what we started to see is we brought all these solutions together, and we saw a lot of things that we like, but we saw a few things that we didn't like. And these are some of the symptoms. We've all talked about symptoms and diagnosis a lot more in the last 6 months, probably than we wanted to. But the symptoms of our service delivery started to show up in a few ways. We saw some quality issues that we weren't pleased about. We saw some ownership confusion. Something goes wrong. Is it the developer? Is it the code base? Or is it the operational implementation? Or is it the rollout? And we started to click on that a little deeper and see that these are the symptoms, and we attacked some of the symptoms, and we saw some incremental progress. But really, what we started to see are some themes. And we stepped back and said, really what we think this is a deeper lack of alignment between our operations teams and our engineering teams, and a lack of common goals. And so that really is what initiated our focus on DevOps, to say we are going to not just attack this incrementally, and sort of evolutionary, but make a real revolutionary step forward in how we build and deliver our cloud solutions. So for us, it really was about finding our why. And if that illness